Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It's 3 p.m. I'd like to call the Kent County Police Accountability Board meeting to order. Just a reminder, any personnel matters remain confidential. We follow Robert's Rules of Order, and we adhere to the Maryland Open Meetings Act. Has everybody read the meeting minutes from last month? Can I get a motion to accept them?
Make a motion to accept.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, motion passes. We'll jump right into old business. The only thing I want to bring up under old business, we have a date set for Coffee with a Cop, is August 15th, 9 a.m. at Dunkin' Donuts here in Chestertown. Okay?
Is that
You're not required to go. I'm just passing it on. I will be there. I think Leon told me he was going to go as well.
Should we go?
What's that?
Should we go?
If you'd like to, it's a good way to show a little support, and people have questions about what the Police Accountability Board does
Is that
in
Dunkin'?
our role.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep. Yep.
What time is it, 9 o'clock?
9 a.m. That's all I have under old business. We're going to jump right into new business. Has everybody read the Victim Rights Advocate policy? I would like someone to make a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any questions about it at all by any chance? Okay. Also under new business, Mr. Tom Davis here sitting to my right he's resigning his role on the ACC. And he wants to remain active.
Yes.
Within the PAB. Do we need to vote on to accept the resignation from the ACCA?
No.
I don't think we
it's
do
already
either.
been processed.
Okay. And moving from that, I'd like to introduce Gary Fellows. Mr. Fellows,
Yes, sir.
how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Good. I think you pretty much know everybody here on the board, don't you?
I'm sorry?
You know everybody on the board?
Indeed.
Yeah. So, Mr. Fellows, I would like to make a motion that we appoint Mr. Fellows to accept his position on the Administrative Charging Committee.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
There you go. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We'll be doing some talking here soon, so appreciate you stepping up to the plate and doing this for us.
That's what small town America does.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Everybody knows about the PAB training. It's a one-day training class on October 24th. I don't have to go into closed session to discuss those cases, correct?
No,
Yep, we do that
just
in
so we're
open
clear,
meeting.
there's no personal information
Personnel
will be disclosed, it'll be generic, just what's on the sheet.
Okay, I'm gonna read you all a little blurb here, and we're gonna go into the this form here. And we'll go over this. Part of the PAB's, the Police Accountability Board's mission is to closed review cases that have been investigated and reviewed by the ACC. The board's mission is to determine if there are any causes, patterns, behaviors that might be causing these complaints with the agencies. Based on these reviews, the board, the PAB, can offer solutions to help eliminate cases in the future. This may be accomplished through suggested policy change to law enforcement leaders at the quarterly meeting with them. So that being said, the only way you're going to know about this is if we talk about what the ACC has done, what they have reviewed. And we can't give out any personnel information in these. We won't tell you who made the complaint, who the complaint was against, the officer's name, et cetera. But we can answer questions about the actual cases. We've had 0 cases from January to March of 2024, which was the first quarter. The second quarter, April to June, we've had 4 cases that we received. And so once the police department gets a complaint, they will review it. Their internal affairs will review the case. They send it to their police chief or sheriff. He makes his recommendations. Then he forwards the case to the police accountability, the administrative charging committee. Then the administrative charging committee reviews the case. And we get all the same information. We get everything from the actual complaint to what they investigated, statements, videos, interviews. The ACC sees all of that, all of this. And then we meet, discuss about the case, and we make our findings. Okay? So, in a nutshell, the very first case we did, which is, you'll see on your sheet, the very first column is 24001. It was a Kent County Sheriff's Office case. Involved, the complaint was excessive force and assault, and then failure to display an arrest warrant. During the course of the investigation, the assault and excessive force was found as the term they used was not sustained. They didn't find any evidence of the excessive force or the assault. Failure to display the warrant. What was found was being courteous and professional in its conduct. And the sheriff found it, sustained that charge, and it was based on what was heard on the audio or on the body worn camera. And then the ACC received the case, we reviewed everything, and we exonerated the sheriff's deputy on all 3 charges. We felt that the wording on the general order or their policy on being courteous and professional, and also the state statute, because the ACC has to follow a matrix that the state has put out. Every PAB, every ACC has this matrix, and the police officers, the police departments, agencies have this matrix too. And the wording was, in a sense, very vague as to sustaining the charge for being unprofessional. So we exonerated the sheriff deputy on that. That case was sent back after we did our finding, and it was accepted by the sheriff's office.
Now, do you do your finding in a meeting
Yes.
with the police officer?
No.
No, separate from
Yep,
that.
separate. We do it in a closed session.
And you use evidence.
Yeah, they give us everything, all the video camera footage, the body worn camera statements, the actual complaint that's written out, that form that we created when we started the PAB. Remember that? They had the complainant fill out that form. So we get a
Right.
copy of all that and review it all.
And that's what you do.
Yep.
You don't even have the sheriff or
Nope.
nobody. Okay.
Nope, because we're totally independent
Right.
and separate. The second case we received was from Chestertown PD. Received that on June the 6th. Involved an officer, the complaint was improper handcuffing, which allegedly, the allegation was there was an injury there, their arrest in general, and general disrespect to the person that was arrested. Received that case. A little bit different circumstances, obviously, than the first one. All the evidence was reviewed. We did sustain the general disrespect charge. We're using that term because that's how it's worded in their general orders. And where that fell in the disciplinary matrix was a letter of reprimand. And they accepted it, and that case was closed. Short time later, received another one from Chestertown PD, and it was really tied into another case, but Chestertown PD was involved in it, and basically said the complainant said that the officer didn't speak to him correctly in harassment, and that was all totally unfounded in the investigation, and we also found it as the ACC found it as unfounded. I know the complainant in that case, he was saying the officer continuously stopped him numerous times, but going back through the records, that really wasn't the case. So all that was unfounded. And the very last case we received was on July 1st. It came from Kent County Sheriff's Office. The complainant, this was a result of a traffic stop. The complainant said that the deputy slammed the door onto his leg and created an injury, and also harassment. And when we reviewed the case, when the police department reviewed the case, there was, they found profanity in there, but it wasn't directed at all towards the complainant, and it was really after the incident was over with. And the ACC exonerated him, and then on that last charge, the use of profanity was, we ruled unfounded because it had nothing to do with actual complaining or the stop. And those were the cases. So you keep these if you want to take notes to them, because when we do our quarterly meeting with the law enforcement leaders, the sheriff or the police chiefs, if you have something you want to bring up to them as far as trends, policies, all their policies are online. You can look at them online, their general orders. If you don't want to find them online, but you want a copy, let me or Frank or Val know. We'll get you a copy of them, and just so you can look over them. So that way it'll give you a little better understanding too when you're hearing about this. And right now we're trying to get all the wording pretty much the same amongst the different agencies, because one might use some a little differently during an investigation, and we're just trying to streamline that. But it might help you if you had those general orders and the policies. But they are online; they're open to the public. Any questions about this?
Is this available to the public at any point?
It will be, that information will be available to the public. That's sterilized, shareable information. There's no personal data. That's why we can talk about it in an open meeting, because the information's out there.
And we have to compile an end of the year report.
Right.
And to present to the county commissioners. And all our information will come from this spreadsheet. And those are the closed cases that we've reviewed this year, this past quarter. Does anybody have anything for open discussion? I think it's going to rain this weekend finally in Chestertown. Seems like the rain's gone completely around my yard. I haven't had rain in, I don't know, 3 months it
It's
feels
rained
like.
every day, and I can't get mine mowed.
I wish mine would grow. It's brown right now. Anything else? Okay.
I'm just,
Yeah.
excuse me for, I'm
Yeah.
trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I just had 2 quick questions. Like, when you have these board hearings for a complaint, do you have access, A, to the, if a complainant, is it an anonymous complaint, or you know who it is?
So these complaints have been filled out by, I'd be willing to say they're never anonymous because you have to
Yeah.
fill out a complaint form.
Okay, but I mean, yeah.
A citizen can say they saw something and then make a complaint.
Okay.
But they fill out a form and that's how the investigation gets started.
Okay, but do they forward the name to us, or do we just look at the review without the name of the officer?
No, we get
You know the officers?
all that
Okay,
information.
and the other thing I was just worried about, do you have access to any prior history of the officer or the complainant?
If we need it, yes.
You can't get that?
But what happens is the police department, internal affairs will do their investigation.
Okay,
And everything that they compile, we get.
okay. All right. That's all, thank you.
Nope, good question. Anything else? Okay, our next meeting is scheduled for September 4th. It's the Wednesday after Memorial Day. I'm sorry, Labor Day.
Labor Day.
I want to start summer all over again. So right after Labor Day. Any issues with that date that y'all know of? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's our next scheduled meeting, September 4th at 3 p.m.
good.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All those in favor? Aye. Meeting's adjourned.
So then, the next meeting, the chief and the sheriff will be here, and
Okay, good.
whatever comments